I am doing great. I am looking forward to some good sprint car racing tonight. I am not that familiar with it, but I think I know enough to where I'm going to sound at least halfway what I'm talking about. That's Connor for you. Let's see if we can get an interview with him. Let's see if we can get an interview with him. Connor. 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 All right, I'm getting word from Jacob Finn that he cannot hear you on the broadcast. He can only hear me. So
That
you might
should
want
be
to check
fixed
that
now.
out.
Again, a lot of this was last minute, so we apologize for that. Luke, I'm getting a lot of feedback from your other account.
Hold on.
It's coming from you.
It is?
Yes. Do you have headphones in?
It is?
Yes.
I do not. Let me do
Put
that right
headphones
quick.
in.
Let me do that right quick.
All right, one driver
I
out on
think
the
I
track
also-
now. I should stop talking because it's just a bunch of feedbacking mess. Joshua Cotton sets a 21.981, coming around to set his second lap now. Through turns 3 and 4. 15.473 is going to keep him at the top of the board. Then again, he is the only driver to have ran so far. Ripping the top through 3 and 4, moving down low a little bit. Back up top, up to that cushion. Coming across the line now, we'll see if he is able to improve. It is a 4.69 for Joshua Cotton that keeps him at the top of the board. Off the track he goes. Next up, Nathan Davis.
I hate to say it, but nice.
Do you have headphones in yet? Because there is still loads of feedback.
Okay, I do.
Yeah, I can still hear myself twice.
Okay.
If you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and mute you for the moment. Send me a message when you have the problem corrected. That is not the problem. I misspoke. I am sorry for blaming you for that. Even though I muted all of my streams, they are still unmuted. Thank you so much, Twitch, for making that impossible. I have the streams open, so I can actually see the chat and interact with you guys, but sometimes everything breaks. Nathan Davis to the top of the board with a 15.422. That'll put him on top by just about 2/100ths of a second. Next out on the track is that number 8 of Cole Nequaflan. Okay, well, more hard to pronounce names, but I'll get it eventually. New Hulfen. He will go to the top of the board with a 15.416. That is just his first lap. We'll see if he can improve second time by. Coming across the line now, sliding it through turns 3 and 4 in that middle line. He is not going to improve, about 3/1000ths of a second off, but he will stay on pole. So everyone now chasing a 15.416. Do I still have you muted? No, I do not. Alright, so sorry about that, Luke.
That's alright.
Next up on the track, the 01 of Kyle Stoltz. This is going to be his first lap of the day. Sets a 15.490. But stays fourth fastest. We'll see if he can improve this time by. Down the back straightaway and sliding it through 3 and 4. Up top, coming across the line now. Stoltz sets a 4.89. It is not enough to get him up into the top 3. Jeffrey Stewart out now. Coming around to set his first lap. We'll go ahead and go on board with him. We're definitely seeing that middle lane be the preferred one. Across the line now, Stewart's first lap is a 15.497. He is not, or sorry, it's a 15.501. He stays 5th fastest. Up top through 3 and 4, sliding into the cushion and across the line now. Jeffrey Stewart sets a 15.460, goes 3rd fastest. Next up, the 80 of Joshua Steinck. Currently 6th fastest, but that is just his outlap. Luke, can you confirm that you are still there?
I can. I'm sorry, my friends are calling me, even though I've told them a few times that I'm broadcasting and cannot join right now. I should be registering, or I should be joining the session right about now.
Did you join as a spectator or a driver?
I'm joining as a spectator.
Alright, perfect. Now we don't have our ticker messed up. Joshua Steinck goes 3rd fastest with a 14.448. Next up, Blake Cannon. This is going to be his first lap of the day set. First time by is a 15.439. Goes 3rd fastest. Second lap now through 3 and 4. Seems to be the preferred line. Entering low and sliding up top, kind of diamonding the exit. Across the line now, he is not able to improve. Stays 3rd fastest. Colton Davis on track now. You're going to see him going through 3 and 4, right up against that wall, trying to maximize his exit speed. Across the line now, this is going to be his first lap set on the day. Never mind, that's just his out lap. So iRacing scoring continues to make no sense. Second lap now. Davis slides it through 3 and 4 up top on that cushion, and coming across the line now, Colton Davis sets a 15.470, goes 7th fastest. Sorry, a 15.486. If you're wondering why I'm making so many lap readout mistakes, it's because ATVO gives me an incorrect lap time, then waits 10 seconds, gives me the correct lap time, which is always fun. Second lap down, it'll be a 15.501. Next up on track, Taylor Howell. And are you in a windstorm or in a car?
I'm right up next to my fan, so
that might be it. Taylor
Is
Howell.
it better now?
Yes, but I think now I have
Okay,
it
yeah.
loud. Okay. See, this would all be things that we'd be able to solve if Connor bothered to show up for the broadcast. Across the line now, Taylor Howell is going to set a 15.578. Goes 9th fastest. Jonathan Lowe up next. So 9 qualifiers so far out of a grand total of 32. Pretty long qualifying session. In that middle line through turns 3 and 4, this is just going to be his outlap, I believe. Never mind, it's a 15.528. Goes 9th out of 10th fastest. So the benchmark time still a 15.416. These times very, very close at the top of the board. We should be in for a very good race. See a flyover cam now as Lowe sets his second lap on the day, but it's not going to be enough. The next driver out on track now, Bryce Bailey. Coming around to set his first lap of the day. Diamonding off turn 2, down the back straightaway. Ripping by that dirt. Through turns 3 and 4, up top. Bailey getting a nice exit. Trying to take an alternative line. Coming across the line. It is a 15. Waiting for the correct readout. A 15.493. Goes 9th fastest. We'll see if he can improve this time by. Sliding it in at turns 3 and 4. Right off the cushion. About 2 lanes off the wall. Across the line now, Bryce Bailey sets a 15.485. Sorry, 506. Stays 9th fastest. Next up on track, Matt Dixon.
Matt sets a blistering lap time of a 47.788.
Nope, that was just his out lap. Again, iRacing scoring doesn't make sense. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now.
Yes. Now he's going to set his actual lap time.
Still last, but
it's going to be a 15.
We're not judging. I couldn't do this. I'm not judging.
These drivers are definitely running a lot faster than I could. About 3 lanes off the top, keeping it a little bit conservative. Across the line now, Matt Dixon sets a 15.591.
No better, and he'll pull on a pit road.
Next up, Mason Hannigan. Okay, so update on the format for the race. There will be a C main consisting of 12 laps, followed by a B main and an A main. I believe 4 drivers transfer out of each main.
Yes, that is correct. 4 drivers transfer.
Points are awarded to drivers who are eliminated, so the first driver not to transfer out of the B main is awarded 142 points. Remember, the pole sitter gets an extra 200 points. That could definitely help lock him into Thursday. Next up on track is going to be... Can't tell who it is. I think it's still Mason Hannigan. He's pulling off. So nobody out on track at the moment. At least I don't think anyone is. Yeah, Colton Davis is the only driver currently scored on the racetrack. And he is still in the pit, so waiting for another driver to pull off.
Jeffrey Herrick just set a lap time of a 15.580.
Oh,
that'll put him...
Okay, he's just having a lot of network issues because he just didn't load in for me. But here he is now. ATVO for a second is scoring him, setting a 4-second lap time. That was quickly updated to a 15.580. Goes 14th
and
fastest.
He's pulling on a pit road. So far, for what I'm seeing, is the track definitely has fallen off a lot.
And next up, Chris Roberts, event organizer, going down the back straightaway, coming around to set his first lap. Across the line now, Chris Roberts. At the moment, his lap time is a 15.606, stays 15th fastest. Now through 3 and 4, once again sliding near the cushion and coming down off the top. Across the line now, Chris Roberts sets a 15.616 and stays 15th fastest. Next up on track, Rusty Kruger, going through turns 1 and 2, staying on the bottom and drifting up high. I believe this is going to be his first lap set. On board with Kruger, coming off turn number 4, right up against that wall. He'll set a 15.589. Sorry, 5.88 goes 15th quickest. This will be his second lap. He's going to improve just barely. Sets a 15.568, goes 13th fastest. Still, no one able to beat the pole sitter, Cole Neuhofen.
Anthony Lepresto is on track right now, starting his lap.
You'll see him there going through turns 3 and 4. This is going to be his first lap set for qualifying. It is a preliminarily a 15.657, sorry, a 6.67. Goes 17th fastest. Now he'll rocket it through turns 3 and 4, bringing it back to the line. Trying to improve on his time. What I've noticed is that the fastest drivers, they kind of enter low, drift up high, and cut back down. You see Lepresto there just kind of staying near the cushion, not really going onto it.
That was your first day of school.
Alright. Someone else has walked into Luke's room, so he has now gone on mute. But happy first day of school, Luke. Alright, who is next on track? We'll go and bring him up.
Sorry about that. It is Alan Simmerl.
Simmerl
Close
on
enough.
track now. Through 3 and 4.
15.723 was the best lap time.
Not going to be able to improve, at least it doesn't look like it.
15.699, but it will not move him up the ranks at all.
Next up,
he stays 18th fastest.
Alex M.D. Robinson going out now. I believe this is just his lap, his out lap, but it might be his first lap. And of course, he's one of those drivers.
His out lap.
Yeah, so his custom number does not match up with his race number. Custom number 42, but race number 15. He will go 15.786. So stays 19th fastest. Yeah, I just think these drivers aren't really moving up the track enough. They're kind of just staying in their line with the fastest drivers. I mean, you saw them are kind of moving around the track.
His second lap is slower, and he is at the bottom of the barrel, 19th fastest with a 15.785. Next car up is James Cavaliero.
Yeah, James Cavaliero on track now, coming around to set his first lap of the day. Ripping it through turns 3 and 4. But again, these drivers, I mean, I've seen the fastest guys. They enter low, drift up high, and cut back down, and none of them are doing it. Cavaliero sets a 15.583, goes 16th fastest. Remember, this qualifying session, it's just determining the lineup for the heat races. No one is being eliminated from the race. That comes in the different C, B, and A mains.
15.999 or 5.99. He will go not fast.
Pulling off track now. Next up on track, Tyson Landis. In a 3 and 4 now. That's a good strategy. He's kind of entering low, going up high. That's where the fastest drivers have been all day. Good exit off 4. I don't think that was his first lap time. It was. It'll be a 15.98. Sorry, a 15.598. Goes 17th fastest. Oh, trying a new line through 3 and 4. Staying low, right along. I guess I'm going to call that the apron. But it is not going to be faster. Next up, Dustin Griffiths. Never mind. It'll be Arthur Kilburn on track now. Number 22 coming across the line to set his out lap. Good line through 1 and 2. It's looking promising so far. Into 3 and 4. Relatively low entry. Not a very good line, though. Cuts down a little bit. Across the line now, Kilburn sets a 15... Oh, not looking good. It's a 9.21. Off the pace by about 2/10.
He was way too off the throttle through 3 and 4. He's a little bit more on the power here.
Yeah.
No, he's not. And, yeah, it is an 8.39 and a 22nd position starting spot right now. That is unfortunate for him.
Ideally, at this track, you don't really want to be lifting at all. Dustin Griffiths, setting his out lap now, is going to rip the top through 1 and 2. This could be an interesting lap time. He's all the way up against that wall, ripping the cushion. Not a lot of slide angle. Ooh, that was close. Okay, getting a little close there. Sliding through 3 and 4 and across the line now. Ah, it's going to be a 16-second time. So not good.
This could be like a Daytona type strategy. I don't know how well it works in the sprint cars, but one where you run up high and then your first lap and gain some speed for your second, but I don't think it's going to be that much better.
Oh, well,
639 still.
That's
still in
respectable.
19th position.
Goes to
Truck
19th.
has definitely gotten worse as the run goes on, but
sorry, Jason Haynes just had a little bit of a moment going through 1 and 2. Nearly got on that apron all the way on the inside in that Buffalo Wild Wings sprint car, sliding it through turns 3 and 4. Now he is going to start his lap.
It's the second lap, I believe, so...
Oh, yeah, not a good first time. That was because of that big wiggly out into 1. It'll be a recovery lap now, trying to get him out of last place, sliding through turns 3 and 4 and across the line.
He looked off the power there. I don't know if he did something to the car, but he did not look like he was going full speed there. Chris Lacey is up next in the 16 car.
Only driver so far to set a sub 15-second lap time. Chris Lacey coming across the line now for his first lap. It'll be a 15.680. He'll go 21st fastest, so a very competitive field. Because first through last, currently separated by 0.4 of a second. Very close for this race tonight. Chris Lacey coming across the line is not going to improve their lap time. Next up, Miles Jansen. On board through turns 3 and 4. Staying around that middle line. Coming to the line now. Miles Jansen sets a 15.705 for his first lap. Goes 23rd fastest. In a 3 and 4 now. Right up against the fence. Now to the bottom. Good cut on exit. Coming across the line. Jansen gonna set a 15.647. But will not stay 23rd fastest. Will get promoted up into 20th place. So up into the top 20 goes Miles Jansen. Nobody on track at the moment. There we go. James Grace on track now.
Number 269. As he makes his way through 3 and 4. I believe this will be his first lap. 15.666 for a 21st place starting spot. So far, lap 2. Slides up the track.
Oh, good line, good line. It's looking promising. Decent lap
That's going to be
set.
a good lap, and it's no better.
Never mind. Next up, Ryan Lynn. Driver the number 28. I believe that is a Dryden sprint car, but I can't quite read the logo. Oh, that's not a logo. That is a number. Okay. So an unsponsored sprint car for Ryan Lynn. Sliding it through 3 and 4 for his first lap of the day. Across the line now, Ryan Lynn only sets a 16.094. Goes 28th fastest. Through 3 and 4, coming to the line. This time by... It'll be a 16.154 for Ryan Lynn. Not enough to get him out of last place. John Bragman up next, ripping the top through turns 1 and 2. I believe this is his first lap. Through 3 and 4 now. Across the line, Bragman is going to set a 15.663. Never mind, a 6.65 goes 21st fastest.
Slides up the track through 3 and 4. This is going to be a good lap time.
Nah.
And no better.
15.7.
Seems like first lap is the lap for your time. Adam Buchanan. I don't know how to say that. Buchanan.
I think that might be Buchanan.
Buchanan? Adam, yeah, that sounds right. Adam Buchanan through 3 and 4. This will be his first lap time.
I believe it will be. It'll be a
15.742 or 741.
26th fastest. Still a really close field. At the moment, it doesn't look like anyone's going to stop Neil Halfin from getting the pole position Across the line, Adam Buchanan does not improve. Next up, 23 of Tyler LaPointe. Through 1 and 2, all the way down low and sliding up high. That's looking like the faster line.
Very interesting entry to the corner.
Oh, it might work
Entered
out for
very
him.
low. Is it worth it?
Doesn't look like it is.
7.44 or 7.74. That'll put him 27th fastest through 3 and 4 for his final lap time.
Take a look at that. The right front wheel is just lifted off the ground. You know, I have a feeling that as these drivers have gone in their qualifying runs, the track may have gotten slower.
And for the final qualifier, it is Tyler G. Henselman. Henselman, yep.
So I believe we are going to have, if I can take a look at the message that Chris sent me.
15.927 for a 30th place starting spot. Through 3 and 4 slides up the track.
Henselman goes 30th fastest at the moment. So update on the race.
No better.
Yeah, so qualifiers 1 through 4 are locked into the A main. People 5th on back are in the B main, and then I believe people 22nd or 23rd on back are into the C main. But at the moment, we are into the heats. So, Luke, if you could quickly check how many drivers are actually in the heats.
Heat, I cannot see that right now. It is not showed up. We are still in the qualifying session, so...
Yeah, I bet in a moment Chris is going to advance it. We can get started.
He just did.
All right, awesome.
So we can see how many people... It looks like it is 11 drivers in Heat 1, 11 in Heat 2, and 10 in Heat 3, so...
And before we get gridded up, I do need to promote the race's sponsor, but I realize now that I set the OBS scene up incorrectly, so I'm going to have to add in my audio input capture. But for now, you are going to see logos. Okay, now you should be able to hear me. I'm going to add in Luke next. And you should now be able to hear Luke, which means I can now tell you that the DOB Nationals are sponsored by Lay Thomas Construction. You can go ahead and check out their website in the description. There is a link to them. James Gray's going to be leading us off for heat number 1 in that 2:69. I believe we have 2 laps of pacing, and then we'll get this race, or this heat race, underway. Field rolling down the back straightaway. Pretty good sight to see. If this were an actual sprint car race, I don't know why for some reason the screen capture takes a little bit to load in, but mind that. If this were an actual sprint car race, you'd get the 4-wide salute to the fans. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to do that, but I don't know what Chris has up his sleeve. He might pull something like that.
We might have to wait for, is it Thursday or Friday?
That might be. Chris,
yeah, whenever that is.
Chris, if you are not currently in this race, if you could confirm if there will be a 4-wide salute. Virtual Knoxville Speedway, you wanted the best. Alright, here we go. Pole sitter for the heat is going to be James Grace leading the field off turn 4 and to the green. I'm going to turn off the ticker because it is absolutely broken for heat races. The pace truck is going to make that left turn into the pit lane, and James Grace is going to lead us down. I believe the heats are 10 laps. Yes, they are. No cautions. So we'll see how this goes. Off turn number 4 into the green, James Grace is going to lead us to green. We are underway for heat number 1. Top 4 going to be, I believe, the top 4 are going to make it into the A main.
That sounds correct to me. Slide job for 4th.
And already lots of battles going on around the racetrack. See the number 88 of James Caballero trying to get to the outside of that driver in front of him, Colton Davis. Caballero going to slide back down to the inside on Davis. They'll be side by side for 4th. Through turns 3 and 4, Davis with the run on the high side is going to prevail. Coming to lap 3 now, it is James Grace leading away. Dustin Griffiths trying to get a run on the high side. Big run off turn number 4. Trouble behind? Who is it? Who is it?
It was the 8 and the, I believe, the 96.
Oh, they're 3 wide behind. Going into turn number 1, Caballero on the outside. Sliding up is that number 80. They're going to go 3 wide once again. Caballero going to slide it through the middle and is up into 5th place. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. Griffiths trying to make that inside line work.
The 80 of Joshua Steink is looking on the back of James Caballero, but he is not able to get there quite yet. Caballero now looking to the inside of the 27.
Oh, caution's out.
Colton Davis, and caution is out.
1. Alan Simmerl and Alex Robinson are up and over. Caution is out for the first time tonight. So I was wrong when I said there were no cautions. I guess there are. I did not know that. Let's go ahead and take a look at a replay of the incident. I think you're going to see it next lap. We're looking now at the number 15/42 of Alex Robinson. Into turns 3 and 4. Robinson taking the top. Oh, they started wrecking in front of him. Robinson made it around the outside, and then they just touched again. And they went crashing down the front straightaway. So an unfortunate situation to be in for Robinson. We'll see it happen right in, just around in front of him. The 20 got into, I can't tell who that is. I believe that's the 27, or the 73, who came up in front of Robinson and flipped him over. Or sorry, he did not get flipped over, but the 73 did. And that is what brought out the caution. Okay, the car who got flipped over, I am just about to confirm. It was Alex Simmerl, who is now out of the race. Caution laps do not count, so we are not going to waste any time.
We have our history with caution laps not counting for sure. So, yeah, I'm having flashbacks of that race.
Oh, no.
And I believe we're going green this time by.
All right. So it'll be a single file restart. James Grace leading us back to the line. Pace truck gonna take the field through turns 1 and 2. Down the back, you'll see these 900 horsepower engines rolling on by. Ooh, those sound nice. So here we go. Pace truck is gonna take the left turn into the pit lane, and James Grace, coming to the call to green, is gonna stack him up and light him up. We are back under green from Knoxville. And they're already battling behind here, side by side. A little bit of contact there going through turn number 1, but they're going to get filed up against the wall. Kruger sending it down the inside, trying to defend against Colton Davis. Almost getting to Dustin Griffiths. He won't have the runoff corner, sliding behind. I believe that was the 7 of Colton Nehu Fallen. Sliding. Now again is Dustin Griffiths back to 4th. Here comes Caballero on the inside, trying to make that pass.
Oh, he
they're sliding
him.
it around they go. Trouble, turn 1 and 2. Caballero into the outside wall. Nehu falling around as well, and so is Joshua Steink. Caution is out. Leader at the time of yellow was James Grace. Yellow flag is out once again. So there it was in turns 1 and 2. Driver sliding down the track, they got into each other, and around they went. The 88 Caballero, the 80 of Steink. There was one other driver in there we can't quite make out at the moment. That would be the 8 of Cole Neuhalfallen. Someone used to tell me how to pronounce that because I have no idea how. So we'll take one more look at the incident. It happened coming out of turn 4. The 88 sliding up, a little bit of contact with Neuhalfallen. Back up into the wall, goes no. Oh, never mind. That was not the time of yellow. Okay. So we'll fast forward a little bit. See the 88 there. That would be one of the culprits of it. 82 got into the wall in front. And I believe it happened here on the front straightaway. Yeah, contact between the 88 and the 80 and sliding into the 8. And flipping goes the driver of the number 88, bringing out the caution once again. So I believe we're gonna pick up 1 to green this time by. It's going to be an overtime restart in this heat. James Grace going to lead the field back to green. And I do believe it is the top 4 who are going to be advancing out of the heat. Chris, if I'm incorrect, please correct me.
That is correct, and the top 8 will be in, or the final 8, or in this case 7, will be inverted for, I guess, the C main, is it?
I think that's
so that is
right.
going to be that is going to be interesting to see how that starts, and we are going green at this time by for an overtime restart.
Pace truck is going to take that left turn into the pit lane. James Grace, as the race leader, going to back up the field, and coming out of turn 4 is stomping on the loud pedal. Green flag is back out. Up to the top goes Rusty Kruger, trying to get the heat win. Side by side behind, Colton Davis and Dustin Griffiths. The field makes it single file throughout. Coming to the white flag this time by Kruger, trying to make a run at the top. They're battling it out behind. There's Griffiths in the middle. Into the wall goes Kruger. Grace leading the field through turns 1 and 2. Kruger's going to have a shot at it in 3 and 4. It's going to have to be a slide job. Big Sen going into turn number 3. Could this be the move? Up top, holding up Grace, but Grace is going to get the run back on the top side and win his heat. Behind, it'll be Colton Davis getting the spot over Dustin Griffiths. No battle for the transfer spot. Your top 4 are James Grace, Rusty Kruger, Colton Davis, and one other driver who I couldn't find out the name of before we cut away.
That was the 82 of Dustin Griffiths, who will also make the field, the A main. And we are ready for heat number 2. So 11 drivers once again.
Anthony Lopresto going to be lining up on the pole position in that number 57. Already been live for a while. Might be getting late, but the action is just getting started. Not like I need to eat dinner or anything. It's all good. I've got all night. Pace truck's going to be rolling off now. Anthony Lopresto going to line up as the pole sitter. So here we go. For the second heat, once again, it'll be the top 4 advancing into something. I believe they're locked into the A main. At least I think that's how it's going to work. Before the next heat, I'm going to go ahead and really quickly check in Sim, see what the deal with that is.
Can confirm they are advancing to the feature.
So the feature race today. So the top 4, I believe it's the top 4 from each heat is advancing, and then there will be 4 coming out of the B main, with the rest of the field dropping into the C main, trying to get out of that, get into the B main, and eventually hoping to get into the A main. So, if I have this correct, the top 4 from each heat advance into the A main. The drivers behind are knocked into the C main. The top 4 from the C main advance into the B main, and the top 4 from the B main advance into the A main. At that point, we'll have the A main, which will be around 20 drivers. Here we go again.
And one more thing, drivers will have inverted starting spots. So if you've been watching the Cup Series, you'll know what we're talking about right there. And the green flag is out. Anthony Lopresto gets a great jump, although the 3 of Tyson Landis is right behind him, counting for the lead.
Dixon to the outside of Landis, going into 3. That battle for second going to rage on as Anthony Lopresto tries to get away at the front of the field. Big slide coming out of, I believe that's the 31 of Landis. Jansen going back to the inside. And never mind, that's Jansen leading over Landis. Here they come through 3 and 4, coming around to complete lap 2. Car in the wall behind, but it is not going to cause a pile-up. We stay green. Here's Landis moving down to the inside. Big Send going into turn number 3. Landis trying to get the spot.
Oh! Big wreck behind. 2 people upside down. And that is going to bring out the yellow flag.
So caution is out for the first time today. Arthur Kilburn, one of the drivers involved in that. Yellow flags waving for the first time in heat number 2. Oh, and I think it was the 96 who got turned first. if only... okay, so that's the 96 of Matt Dixon. So we'll see what happened here going into turn number 3. You're going to see a big send out of the 0-1 of Kyle Soltz. Oh, and he just gets sent up the track into the wall. They both go. And flipping in 3 and 4. That is what brought out the yellow flag.
Unfortunate turn of events for those two. They are not out of this race. And Nathan Davis in the 36 car, otherwise the driver who sent the 0-1 of Kyle Soltz up the racetrack, has been given an EOL penalty, so he will start from the rear.
So you're going to see it here in turns 3 and 4. Davis going to slide up the track, contact with the 0-1. Yeah, I think Davis just had a loss of grip there. Little bit of a wheel touch, just nudging that 0-1 up out of the groove and into the 96 hard. First yellow flag of the day coming out. So all eyes now on the number 57 of Anthony Lepresto. He will lead the field back to green, I believe, this time by, because the lights are out on the pace car. The sun's starting to set here over Knoxville Raceway. But still a long night of racing to go. So here we go once again. Anthony Lepresto going to take the field off turn 4. Pace truck going to make that hard left turn into the pit lane. Presto taking the wall. Off turn number 4 is going to stack him up and light him up. Green flag is back out. Oh, it's spinning already on the restart. Down to the inside. I believe that is Jeffrey Stewart. No, it is not. I think it's Nathan Davis.
Mason Hannigan.
Oh, Mason Hannigan. So he slid down to the inside. Meanwhile, Miles...
He somehow saved it and is going to actually take over the second position.
Yeah, good save there.
That somehow worked out.
Meanwhile, here comes Miles Jansen, trying to send one down the inside on Tyson Landis. Sorry, no, that's Mason Hannigan. Okay, so my scoring was completely messed up, but I've got it figured out. Here comes Jansen to the outside, trying to get a run on Hannigan. Hannigan covering off that top lane. Jansen looking to the bottom. That could have been close, nearly. A little bit of contact there between the leaders. Lap 8 of 10 now underway. Lepresto leading away. Here comes Hannigan over Jansen down towards turn 3. Hannigan up top. Jansen trying to send a slider. From 4th, that's Adam Buchanan. No battle for the transfer spot. It's all within these top 4. 2 laps to go. Buchanan trying to send a move on Jansen for 3rd. They don't want to risk the transfer spot. Hannigan trying to send a slider on Lepresto. White flag, 1 to go in the heat. The battle for 3rd rages on, nearly 3 wide, going into 1. Big slide by Buchanan on Jansen. Jansen gets the run back up top. Buchanan going to try to the top one more time. Jansen nearly up and into the wall. They're going to keep it clean. Lepresto comes across the line to pick up the checkered flag. We're going to cut away for just a moment, and we will be right back. And we're back live on TMG, ready for heat number 3. Chris Lacey going to line up for the pole position for this one. Hope we can get this race in under green. We've been here for a while. And do keep in mind that the drivers who win the heat get 100 points. Second gets 97, third 94, descending by 3 on back. We will update you all on the points going into next race. Here we go. For heat for heat 3 here at Knoxville, I believe this is going to be the last heat that we have before we head into the C main. Top 4 advancing into the B main. Top 4 from that advancing into the A main, and that will be your feature for tonight. Chris Lacey is going to lead the field of green for this one. We'll update you all on the Twitch chat, or YouTube chat, sorry, because I don't think anybody is actually watching in Twitch. But if you want to, it's twitch.tv/TMG_racing_network. Some chat from Braggist. If you can tell Luke to answer his phone. All right, Luke, you can.
That is the friend who keeps calling, if you're wondering.
Nice. Although we do appreciate all 22 of you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for supporting the broadcast. We've definitely had some pretty good racing so far, and I don't think it's going to be going anywhere. Chris Lacey is going to be leading the field off turn number 4. Once the pace car makes that hard left turn into the pit lane, Lacey is going to be stacking him up and lighting him up. I'm trying to coin that phrase. We'll see if it sticks.
I'm
Pace
liking
car into
it.
the pits. Lacey stays out front, lights him up. We're back green. Down into turn number 1. Good jump by Lacey. Behind, here comes Bragman trying to get the jump on Chris Roberts. Roberts in his second. Bragman on the inside. Big slider out of the 17 up in front of Roberts. Roberts trying to cross him over. Falling back. Now here comes Jeffrey Herrick. Side by side, this battle for fourth. Oh, contact for fourth. Herrick nearly got turned by the number 29 of Howell. Or sorry, the number 2 of Bailey.
Sit into the corner.
3 wide behind. They're going to make it cleanly. Cannon on the outside. Bailey up in front. Cannon back down to the bottom. Jeffrey Herrick right now in fourth, but under pressure from a lot of drivers behind. And sliding up in front of the field. This is going to be big. Into the wall. Caution.
Chris Roberts somehow saved that.
And is that
after getting clipped in the left rear, and a huge wreck ensued behind him.
Yeah, hard hit for Jeffrey Herrick. That was not a good sight. I believe this is the lap before that all took place. Might actually be the lap of. You'll see it here in 3. Herrick slides up the track into that car in front of him. He's going to go sliding in front of the field, but the worst part of the hit is yet to come. You see everyone sliding to avoid him, and unfortunately, that car right there just can't. He gets launched off the top of, I believe, Bragman, and hard into that outside wall. An awful hit for Jeffrey Herrick. He's going to go tumbling in turns 3 and 4, bringing out the first caution of the day. Switching to TV1, this should give you a better view of the wreck. Yeah, you're going to see it right here. Herrick gets into the 93. Slides in front of the field, I believe, and then the 29 of Tyler Howell barely clips him, sends him upside down, and just gets clipped again. Hard into the wall goes Herrick. He'll come tumbling back down, but luckily it's just a sim race, so obviously he will emerge unharmed. One more look at the incident in real speed. Just a vicious hit. Ooh. Yeah, not a good sight to see. So we'll take you back live. Chris Lacey will be leading the field back to green. Lights are out on the pace car. Lacey on the top side is the control car. Pace truck is going to make that turn into the pits. Lacey stacks him up 4, lights him off on the straightaway. We are back green here at Knoxville. Side by side behind Bragman and Roberts. Roberts falling back on the outside, crossing back to the inside. After a slide job from Bailey, Roberts down to the inside, going to 3.
Chris Roberts going to fall into 4th. He's going to try to slide in on the bottom. He's not going to make it stick, and he's going to lose multiple positions.
Yeah, there's just no momentum down there.
For second, a slide job from the 2 of Bryce Bailey. He's going to stay on the outside. And now a slider for the lead.
Oh, that was very close. Yeah, the 17 of John Bragman sent it in there. I don't even think he anticipated to catch the leader. But now Lacey running a defensive line into 3 as Bragman gets up into the fence just a little bit. Hop the cushion just barely. Back down the inside goes the 17, sliding up in front of Bragman. Bragman back down to the inside. Now to the inside for the lead. Here comes Bailey. Bailey sliding it up on Chris Lacey. Lacey trying to get the crossover. Runs out of momentum. New leader, Bryce Bailey.
A slider from Lacey. He's
Ooh,
not
okay,
going to make it work.
Close.
Bailey back to the lead.
You can see the cushion starting to build up top. Oh my, huge slider coming out of the 17 of Bragman. That is for third. Sold out crowd here at Knoxville. Bryce Bailey going back down to the bottom, getting that run off turn number 2, extending his lead over Chris Lacey. Now a battle for the transfer spot. Chris Roberts trying to get up in a position to fight for it. And on the outside, Taylor Howell trying to take advantage. Howell staying on his outside, down the front straightaway. Roberts sliding up in front of Howell. Howell trying to go back down the inside. White flag waving, 1 lap to go. Bragman is safe for the final transfer spot. Sends it in, not going to make it. Bryce Bailey an extra 100 points, and the heat win is going to take heat number 3. So I believe that is going to do it for the heats. We're going to send you on over to the C main now. For the first of 3 mains, the top 4 advance out of the C main. I believe this is how this is going to work.
I think we're skipping the C main.
No C main? Let me check that real quick.
So.
We'll be right back. Back life here on TMG. Luke is right. There will be no C main, so we are hopping straight into the B main. The winner of this main is going to go ahead and pick up. I'm going to figure it out now. So the winner of the B main does not get any points. I don't think they do anyways, but the first driver not to transfer out of the B main is going to pick up a nice 142 points. As you might remember, the top 16 in combined points from Monday and Tuesday night are going to lock their way into the feature on Thursday. And then there will be a Lance Chast qualifier, otherwise known as the Wednesday night Hard Knocks A main. That'll be on Wednesday for drivers to make a last-ditch effort to make it into the A main. However, by doing so, they will forfeit all of their points. So, if you want to go for overall standings, don't go to that race. Secure your spot. You'll be fine. If you do want to try and have a shot at the feature win, you can go ahead and give it a shot. All right, Jonathan Lowe is going to lead the field to green. I believe next time by. I don't think it's this time by. No, no, I think they're going green next time by. You see them in 3 and 4 now. We're going to wait 1 more lap to throw the green, and then we'll be underway in the B main. Watch for the top 4. They will be advancing into the feature race, the A main. That'll be coming up next on TMG. So we'll see if we're able to make it caution-free until the end. 12 laps, unlike the 10 we had in the heats. You can see the ticker on the left-hand side of your screen. Go ahead and ignore the top 8, because the top 8 right now, those are the drivers locked into the A main. So just just watch for 9th place, 4 spots down. That's going to be the drivers advancing into the A main. Jonathan Lowe coming out of turn number 4 is going to stack him up, and eventually, there we go, he's going to light him up. Green flag is out. The B main is underway. Watch for the top 4. That is the money spot. Going through turn number 1. Big slider coming from that 2nd place car. Oh, sorry. So it is Jonathan Lowe leading away. For a second, I thought that I was off there, but I am not. Taylor Howell making that slide job work for 2nd. Okay, never mind. Ignore what I said about ignoring the top 8. The top 4 right now on the ticker, those right there, that's the money spot. So if you're in the top 4 at the end of the B main, you're going to make it into the main event. Battle for 3rd and 2nd going on right now. Once again, we're just kind of seeing a case of these top 4 kind of breaking away with no one else really having a shot at it. Chris Roberts there in the 93. Huge shout out to him, by the way,
for the lead.
Oh, but the caution is out. Trouble.
And yes,
towards the back, it's the 88 of James Caballero. Caution out for the first time today, or sorry, for the first time in the B main. Oh, by the time we skipped to it there, he was already up and over. Yeah, that did not look good. Take a look one more time. This is coming down the front straightaway. You'll see it in 3 and 4. Oh, there was already a little bit of contact. At that point, he had hopped the cushion. I have a feeling it might be some contact from the 13. Oh, no, he's just going to get it up into the wall all on his own. He's going to go backflipping down the back straightaway, gets hit again, just kind of climbs the wall at that point. So first caution of the day is out. Oh, the B main is out. Doesn't look like caution laps are counting for the B main. So be able to make this under green. Luke, what do you think about the action we're seeing so far?
I would say it's been pretty good so far. A lot of sliding around, obviously expected here. I've seen some good slide jobs, and then some ones that haven't been as well executed. It's been some good racing, and I'm having fun up here.
Taylor Howell nearly just spun himself under caution. Not sure what that was. So here we go.
He's warming up those tires.
Yeah, you gotta warm up the tires on dirt. That's how it works, right, guys? So remember, top 4 advance into the A main. Everyone behind that, all they got is points to try and point their way into the feature race on Thursday. Here we go, once again. Off turn number 4, Jonathan Lowe, leader of the race, is going to stack him up on the top side. Coming off turn 4, dives down to the bottom and is going to light him up. Green flag is back out.
Oh, a slider for the lead already.
Oh, Taylor Howell trying to make it work on the bottom. They are 3 wide. Here they go again. 2 cars going for the slide job for the lead. No one going to chop off Jonathan Lowe, who keeps his momentum all the way around the top side and maintains his race lead.
Once again, a position to look at is that battle for 4th. Right now, it's between
Jeffrey Stewart and Nathan Davis. Meanwhile, battle for the lead, Tyler Landis making a look at it. Sorry, Tyson Landis, all the way down to the bottom. Not enough commitment, didn't enter early enough. Taylor Howell right now in possession of that 4th spot. They are beating and banging off each other for that spot. Howell gonna get loose at the bottom, gonna let Stank and Davis slide around to the top side. Lead change to the front of the field goes Tyson Landis.
Oh
my God, they are 4 wide and sliding, and around they go behind. 2 cars up and over in 3.
Caution is out, and we'll have to see where everyone lines up here. This is going to be really interesting. Halfway through this race,
Nathan Davis, one of the drivers involved. At the time of caution, Tyson Landis was your race leader over Jonathan Lowe, Jeffrey Stewart, and Joshua Stank. That makes up your top 4. Heartbreak for Nathan Davis. He was having quite a good run. They went like 5 wide in turn 2. It didn't work out for them. They all just went around. We'll take a look at a replay. Yeah, they were already making contact in front of him. And at that point, Davis didn't really have anywhere to go. He gets spun around. And he's going to go ahead and collect. I can't really tell who that is from here. Yeah, I can't tell who that is, but whoever it is slammed right into him, sending him up and over. So yeah, not good for Nathan Davis, because he was in the battle for that final transfer spot, but in the end, it just didn't quite work out for him. We'll take one more look at it here, and try and go on board with the driver he collected. Yeah, you see the contact in front. He's going to get spun around. Then we're going to try and go back. I believe it might have been Jeffrey Stewart. No, it wasn't him. So we'll pause it here. Try and find who it was. At this point, I can't tell. Oh, well, we're not going to waste too much time trying. We're going to take you back live. Tyson Landis is going to lead the field back to green. Lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to get this race restarted. Here we go. We'll pull the ticker back up on the left side of your screen. Watch for the 4th spot. Pace car is off. Landis gonna stack him up and light him up. We're back green.
Green flag, green flag.
A little bit of hesitation there. In the end, he's able to get refired, not going to have any competition through turns 1 and 2. Steink, good for fourth. Behind, here comes that 29, Tyler Howell on the inside. Under pressure from Chris Roberts, who goes down the inside. On the outside, how about Matt Dixon in that number 96, getting a huge run on the outside. He is actually up to fourth. So right now they're 3 wide for the transfer spot. Dixon on the high side trying to get the run. He is going to take it. Up into fourth goes Dixon. They're battling behind, a little bit of contact. Dixon clear for fourth. 3 to go at the
He's
line.
looking for third on the outside.
While
trying not to get overtaken by Roberts on the inside. 3 wide.
Dixon up to third. So now he's clear by a spot, and Jonathan Lowe is falling back. Looks like he's teammates with Chris Roberts. He's falling back. He's going to have one more lap to get up into the transfer spots. It's all about points. If you get up into the A main, you got a lot more points than you get out of the B main. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Check the battle for fourth. Right now it's the 8 of Nehu Fallen holding off Chris Roberts. Roberts, big dive.
And Roberts not going to be able to get him.
Tyson Landis
goes to the 8 of Cole. We're just going to call him Cole.
Tyson Landis is going to make it up into the A main along with Joshua Steink, Matt Dixon, and Cole Nehu Fallen. Roberts just barely missing out in 5th. Now it is time for what you all came and waited for, the feature race here on TMG, at least the feature race of the night. And speaking of the night, it is now under the lights, 25 laps in the main event. This is going to be a good one.
Before we get going, we've got a 2-minute warm-up, so if, Jonathan, I don't know if you want to promote the promoters
exactly
of this
what
event,
I want to do.
But now is a great time to. We got 2 minutes before this thing gets rolling.
So right now, in the warm-up, and we will go ahead and promote the race's sponsor, give it a minute to load here. The DOB 410 Knoxville Nationals are sponsored by Leigh Thomas Construction and presented by TMG. You can find more info about Leigh Thomas Construction on their website, which is linked in the description. Huge thank you to them for sponsoring this great event. We've seen some great racing so far in the preliminaries. I can't wait to see what we get going forward in the week. Remember, it is a week-long event. Looking at warm-up right now, it's Blake Cannon at the top of the board. We'll go ahead and switch back to a full screen coverage.
Just to clarify, like last time, they're a sponsor of the event, not of TMG. Okay,
yes.
So don't get that confused. All right.
We do need to clarify that. We are not being sponsored by Leigh Thomas Construction. However, the DOB 410 Nationals are. So there is our clarification. And so from Connor himself, all he texted me was, "Oh my god, I had an alarm set." So from that we can infer that he found a way to fall asleep, even though I believe he's in Central Time, which would make it would make the start of the race around 8. And I know he stays up until like 4, so not really sure what happened there. I'll talk to him after the race, but hey, we were able to find a backup in time. Joshua Steink at the top of the board, but I don't think it's going to matter because it's going to be the top 8 invert. We've seen some great racing so far, and I am more than excited for the main event. Warm-up just about to conclude. Let's get this race underway. Luke, I'm excited. I know you're excited. What are you expecting to see out of this main event?
Whole lot of chaos, for sure. I'm expecting this is going to be the most we've seen the leaders battle. We've seen some sliders pulled now and then, but nothing too aggressive. Yeah, that ends now. Everyone, this is the race that matters. There's still a race on Thursday, I believe.
Yep, it is Thursday. You are correct on that.
This race is the main event for tonight. These drivers, they have nothing after this. They're going to leave it all on the line, and it's going to be a great show.
Now
on the pole is James Grace.
Yeah, this is a cool shot right here. The Knoxville Raceway in its entirety. We're going to see some fireworks go off after this A main. So as a reminder of what is on the line, A main, the winner gets 200 points, and remember the top 16 in combined points from the 2 preliminaries tonight and tomorrow are going to be locked in to the main event. Fireworks going off as we get ready to get this race underway. Knoxville Raceway. It's the sprint car capital of the world. One of the greatest tracks to race these sprint cars at. One of the greatest tracks to race any dirt car at, honestly. I couldn't think of a better place to hold the DOB 410 Nationals. I think we're going to be in for a good show. The fireworks going off. We are in for a firework of a race, if that even makes sense. You see the field there in 3 and 4. Fireworks surrounding this famed speedway. The A-Main is live on TMG. This is what you all tuned in to see. And I already know that we're going to put on a good show. There's your pole sitter, the 269 of James Grace. Going to try and hold out the field for 25 laps. It is not going to be an easy task. I'm excited. I know you're excited. And everyone in the audience, I hope you are looking forward to this. 25 laps, 200 points on the line. It may not be the main event, but this one certainly feels special. Here we go. The field coming off turn 4, led by James Grace. Pace truck gonna make the left turn into the pit lane. Grace is gonna stack him up and light him up. Foot on the loud pedal. We are underway.
3 wide in the back, 4 wide in the back, maybe even 5 wide for about 5th position.
I'm not surprised at all.
Crazy racing back there. James Grace is going to roll off turn 4, and he is going to lead the first of 25.
Look at this battle in the back. There are sprint cars all over the place, and they're already making a lot of contact. It's looking more like a Daytona or Talladega race out there than a sprint car race.
And
up to the front of the field is Bryce Bailey.
After a sin to the inside, Bryce Bailey's going to take over the lead, and he'll lead lap number 2.
Remember, there is an invert, so faster drivers are starting towards the back. How about Colton Davis trying to make something work on the high side all the way up against the fence? Not going to make it work this time by nearly a little bit of contact there with Blake Cannon. Up to the top once more.
3 wide on the outside for 3rd. He's not going to make the move. Actually, he is. That is the 27.
Lots of commitment there. Oh, but he got into the wall. Colton Davis gets into the outside wall. That is going to cost him a lot of speed. The battle in the midfield continuing. Up front, it's Bryce Bailey getting away over Mason Hannigan. Kruger behind him. We saw him put a pretty good show on in the heat races. Davis still trying to make that high line work. Here comes Kruger for 2nd. Some very interesting lines taking place here at Knoxville. Still right in that top is Colton Davis. Look at that run he's going to have off turn 2. To the outside now of Kruger. The battle for the lead continuing. Both these drivers taking that inside defensive line. It's going to open the door for Kruger up top.
Kruger looking for 2nd, but he can't go anywhere as Colton Davis looking at the inside for 3rd place.
Hannigan maybe looking at a run at the lead, and one thing you got to consider, as this track gets more rubbered in, it's going to get slower and slower, so that's why you're going to see the speeds coming down just a little bit. Look at this run for Kruger on the outside. He sent it, coming off turn number 4, and he had a huge run down the straightaway, wasn't able to make use of it. Now, Davis going to get to his outside. Big battle going on.
What a battle for the lead we have here. Here comes Kruger once again looking to the outside.
Big run, big run.
He's going to get a run, and he's going to go to 2nd.
Side by side.
Now looking for the lead is Kruger.
3 cars under a blanket. That'll be 4 if Davis can say anything about it. For a second there, it looked like they were 4 wide. Here comes Kruger to the outside of Bailey for the race lead. Up top to the race lead goes Rusty Kruger. He's been making that high line work. I'm surprised that Bailey hasn't given it a shot up there.
And for 3rd and maybe 2nd comes Colton Davis.
Yeah, here comes Davis, big run. On the outside lane, ripping the cushion all the way up against that tall fencing we see here at Knoxville.
3 wide for 2nd, and Colton Davis is going to head from 4th to 2nd in 1 lap, although he's going to lose 2nd momentarily.
No, he's not. He's going to get a big run. Watch this. All the way up to 2nd. Great move. Beautiful maneuver by Colton Davis. You see on board just how abrasive these dirt tracks are. It's so bumpy once you get up to the cushion, but the extra speed you get is absolutely worth it. Davis riding that high line. Now, here comes Hannigan back at the bottom as Kruger gets away at the front of the field. You can see all the dirt being kicked up by these 410 sprint cars. Trying to work his way into the battle now is Blake Cannon, working that high line just under halfway. Just about halfway now. Davis up the top. Trying to make a run. Blake Cannon has joined this battle for third. Trying to get to the outside of Bailey. Back down to the inside. They'll be side by side for second this time by. Cannon up to second, slides up in front of Bailey. Now he's got Hannigan to run down as Rusty Kruger gets away up front.
Coming up for Kruger is some lap traffic. Going to be interesting how he manages that. Although it looks like pretty much everyone in front of him is running that middle. And he seems to have been working, especially through 3 and 4 the top. So I don't think they're going to pose that much of a problem for him. But still, you never know with lap cars on iRacing. One of the most unpredictable things in the universe, for sure.
Update on Blake Cannon. He's still in fourth, not able to make much work with these drivers in front of him. We've gone caution-free so far. We'll see if that stays the same. Kruger up top, trying to get a nice run off that top side by side for second. Davis on the inside. He'll file back into third. Bryce Bailey has fallen back down into fifth. Your pole sitter, James Grace, into seventh, now to eighth. Battling with Buchanan. Kruger continuing to extend his lead at the front of the field. So we'll take a look at some of the battling going on in the midfield. You can see it there. Big battle going on in front. Steinck getting pinched up towards the wall. On his inside is James Grace. The number 80 holding on up top, but we are under yellow. Caution is out. I can't tell who it was, but it was one of the drivers towards the back. Caution laps don't count in the main event, just like they didn't in the mains leading up to it. Kruger still leading. I don't know who it was that was in the crash. Luke, I don't know if you can see any better than I can.
I'm checking currently, and I'll get back to you when I can figure out who it was. It was... Still haven't found it yet.
Now, and some unfortunate news.
It looks like it may have been it was the 27 of Mike Jansen.
Miles Jansen.
It was. You're probably not going to be able to see him. I cannot.
Yeah, he might be out of the race at this point. I'm trying to select him, but iRacing is just moving the ticker. So we'll basically assume that it was a slide job gone wrong. We don't really have a way of checking on it now. Okay, everything's kind of stabilized. Okay, where's Jansen?
I apologize. I said Mike Jansen. It's actually Miles Jansen, so I apologize for that. And Jansen was given an EOL, so
I'm going to assume you're correct.
I'm going to assume you're correct on the failed slide job attempt.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't actually figure out. I can't figure out where he is on my leaderboard here. Okay, he's going down right now. I'm trying to, select him, but it won't... Okay, now I have Miles Jansen selected. So we'll see if we can get a quick replay of this. Luke, let me know when they are coming back to green, so I don't miss it.
We are going to green this time, but I'll tell you.
Alright, well, you know what? Replays are overrated. Miles Jansen is still on the racetrack. I do not like how ATVO is constantly moving my ticker around, because now I can't click on anything.
When I came into frame for Jansen, he was spinning sideways, so we'll just have to use our imagination. He was given an AOL and sideways. I'm going to guess it was a failed attempt gone wrong, and I'll let you handle this restart.
Stacking him up and lighting him up is Rusty Kruger, leading away at the front and down towards turn number 1. No pressure coming from behind. Kruger gets away well. Remember what's on the line. Points. Everyone's trying to get into that main event on Thursday night. Here comes Mason Hannigan on the inside of Colton Davis. We know Hannigan's got a fast sprint car. He's trying to make a run at the front. Davis fights back on the outside. 3 wide behind. That's Grace in the middle of it. Down on the inside is the number 44. On the outside is Steinck getting the run off the corner. Kyle Soltz towards the back as well in a battle. Here comes Hannigan at the bottom, trying to make that move work for second. Not going to make it work. Back down the inside, trying to get Colton Davis. Davis falling back. It'll be Hannigan up into P2. Big battle behind. Steinck making up positions on the outside, left and right.
Oh, into the wall goes Colton Davis.
Oh, Davis out of the wall. Contact down the front straightaway. We stay green.
No
everyone
caution, no. We stay green.
Yeah, everyone gathered it back up. Now Steink in pursuit of Bryce Bailey. No one able to catch Hannigan. Here comes Buchanan diving down the inside in that number 44. Not going to work. Steink with the run on the high side. Nearly contact with Bailey. Meanwhile, here comes one of the fastest drivers of the evening, Cole, in that number 8, trying to get the run for third. Blake Cannon right now not in much of a battle. Hannigan pretty much away from him. No one able to catch Kruger. He is 8/10 in front of the field. They're coming around to the white flag this time by. Sliding up top is Blake Cannon trying to get second.
He's going to have a run down the front stretch into turn 1. He's going to ride right behind the 1 of Hannigan. And he's going to try to send it up the outside and try to get a run off turn 4. Will he do it? No, he's going to sit right behind him.
Coming to the line now, Rusty Kruger is going to win the first prelim night. He is the winner of the A-Main here on Monday night. So he will have an extra 200 points added to the board, which will definitely help him in his pursuit of getting into the feature race on Thursday. Burning it down in turn number 3 is Rusty Kruger. But you don't want to stall it because these things do not have a clutch. Congratulations to him because he has done it. Prelim night number 1 winner, Rusty Kruger. Here are the fireworks.
Congratulations to Rusty. Obviously, after he took the lead, no one could challenge him. He had the fastest car all night long, and he's going to park it right on the front stretch.
Yeah,
and
so
that'll be it.
Rusty Kruger has won it. The fireworks going off in the background. It was a dominant day for him. He was able to get the lead, did not look back. A huge congratulations to Rusty Kruger. You see the fireworks still going off around the racetrack. This has been a very entertaining night of racing, and we will be back to do it all again tomorrow night. Same time, same format, but I believe we are going to have different drivers, although I cannot confirm that. There are a total of 100 entries for this race. Not all of them are guaranteed to show up. But I think we're going to get some different names next night. And, of course, when we go to Wednesday night, then drivers will have a final chance effort to get into the feature race. We're going to cut away for just a moment, and we will be right back with your full finishing results. Don't go anywhere because post-race coverage is coming up next here on TMG. And back live here on TMG, we're gonna bring some drivers up into the broadcast booth now, starting with the driver of the number 1, Mason Hannigan. I'm gonna get him up in just a moment. Oh, never mind. So Rusty Kruger is now joined, which means we can go ahead and bring him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Rusty, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. You copy?
Sure, you can hear me?
Yeah, I got you. So, it was basically a dominant night for you. Once you got the lead, you really didn't look back. Talk us through your perspective of the race.
Oh, dominating. I mean, I look like crap during qualifying, but luckily with this format, you can make it up easily in the heat race. And had a couple of breaks go our way. Was able to get to second. And starting fourth, I knew with this group of guys, it was going to be tough to hold on for a good finish. But luckily, we were able to get up on the wheel and win one of these things for once.
How did the track feel, and how did it evolve throughout the night?
With 410s, it usually gets slicker as the night goes on, worse than 360s. And, you know, with all the experience running Pro Series and all these league races and whatnot, I felt I was more prepared than years before running this deal. And, you know, just, I'm on cloud nine right now. I can't even talk.
Well, nice win out there. At this point, you're going to have some extra points added to your name after winning the race. How do you feel about your chances of making it into the main event on Thursday?
I know we'll be locked in. Just depends on how the points play out with qualifying and a lot of good guys running tomorrow, so we just kind of have to wait and see for that. But hopefully we can start closer to the front and stay up there this time. I had trouble with that in the 360s last week, so we'll hope to give it a better run this go-around.
All right, well, congratulations on your win. Before we send you back, anything else you'd like to say to the broadcast?
I just got to thank the boys over at Swindell Speed Lab Esports and also the guys at Slick Sim Sport. I mean, big major shout out to David Howleman. We swapped prelim nights because he had something come up, and I was able to run tonight. And I'm glad I could put in a good run in his honor. And congrats to Hayden Cardwell on the World Late Model Championship. I mean, that's a big deal for all of us here with our little alliance that we got going on. But also shout out to James Edens, Adam Elby, Blake Cannon, Kendall Tucker, the KV brothers, Joel Berkeley, Cameron Colby for the skin, Jake Swanson, Stock Technology, Fastboard Media, and of course Stephen Garris over at Viral Moto.
All right, well, nice job on the win. We're going to go ahead and send you back. Next up, it'll be the driver of the number 1, Mason Hannigan. Mason, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
All right, so it was a pretty good night out there for you. You were able to come home in second. Walk us through your perspective of the race.
Yeah, fifth there, and car felt really good, and was able just to work up behind Ricer with second, and had a really good race going there with Blake and Rusty and James there for a little bit, and then I believe we got around Bryce and James, and Rusty got the lead, and I kind of followed the line there for second, and just kind of rode around there, and I figured I had my relative up, and I figured Blake would get around me sooner or later, but I was able to hold him off there. So it was pretty good for second place after not doing too well in the qualifying.
What do you think was the difference there at the end between you and Rusty, and what let him get the race win?
I think he was just able to keep his momentum up a little better, and I think maybe if we would have had a caution, I might have been able to pull up alongside of him, but I think he probably had that race won, though. He looked really good and probably felt pretty good, so really good run by him and Blake.
Anything else you could have maybe done differently with your lines at the end to try and catch Rusty?
Yeah, I probably could have moved up in 3 and 4 and maybe tried a different line 1 and 2, but I felt really comfortable on the bottom, so I just kind of stayed down there and came home with second.
Lastly, how do you feel about your chances of making Thursday night's main event?
I believe, I think we might be right on the cut there, and I guess we'll have to find out.
All right, well, congratulations on your second place finish. Good run out there tonight. Next up, we'll bring up the driver of the number 44, Blake Cannon. Blake, this is Jonathan up in the TMG broadcast booth. You got me?
Yeah.
So, pretty good run out there for you tonight. You were able to come home in P3. How'd you feel about your race?
I was just, we weren't bad. Little tweaks here and there would have been good. I need to clean up my driving a little bit. When I hit the line right, I felt like I was just as fast as Rusty, but, all in all, I'll take third.
So, pretty solid day. You'll have a decent haul of points. How do you feel about your chances of making Thursday night's main event?
Hopefully I'm locked in. I feel like I had a really good points night. Qualifying third, then 8th to 3rd in the heat, and then running third again in the feature. So a lot of thirds, but we went forward every time we were on the racetrack, and that's what you got to do in these kind of in this point situation. So I feel like we gained a lot of points, and hopefully it's enough to carry us on in the Thursday.
Anyone else you'd like to thank for the race tonight?
Yeah, just congrats to Rusty. Good drive by Mason and hell of a drive by Cole. I know he came from a B main, so congrats to him. Thanks to everybody on Swindell Speed Lab for all they do. Slick Sim Sport. I know Colton Davis was running good for a little while. Got to thank Down Under Graphics, Design 75, Bell Helmets, K1 Race Gear, Chris Roberts, everybody at DOB. They do a hell of a job, and thanks to everybody in the broadcast booth.
All right, well, congratulations on your third place finish, and good luck in the week going forward. That was driver of the number 44, Blake Cannon, your third place finisher, and the last person we will be interviewing tonight. We're going to cut away for just a moment, and we will be right back with our final race rundown. And we're back live here on TMG from the virtual Knoxville Speedway. It was a very, very eventful race out there. Lots of lead changes, lots of slide jobs, and a very pretty evolving track. You saw at the end of the race there, at the end of the night, the track got a lot slower, a lot more rubbered in, but at the beginning, drivers were just sliding all over the place. Overall, I think it was a very entertaining night. Luke, what are your main takeaways from this event?
That was just night number 1. I cannot wait for the next 3 nights. And especially for that Thursday night final. Wednesday night's going to be insane because that is your make or break night. And Thursday, that is that is all for it all. All the money, all the points, all the prize is all centered around Thursday. So I cannot wait for those 2 nights especially. And that's about it. I don't have words for how excited I am. It is going to be a good show the next few nights.
I think, at least for me, one of my biggest takeaways is you can't really single anyone out as the favorite. The drivers, their performances, it's really always shifting. Some people are faster in certain conditions. Then as the night went on, as the track evolved, the power dynamic kind of shifted. I think that's something that we got to look out for going forward. It's easy to single out maybe Rusty Kruger as a favorite to win the whole thing. But you can't really say that because different drivers are faster in different conditions. But I might as well ask you, is there anyone you have singled out as kind of a lock to win the race?
I have not seen him on dirt, but I know one of our close friends, Isaac Johnson, will be competing tomorrow night, I believe. I'm going to keep my eye on him for certain. But I really like the speed that I cannot remember his name. Bailey, I really like the speed that he showed earlier today, and I think he's going to be a good one. But yeah, Kruger for sure is definitely got to be one of the favorites. And yeah, that's about it. But you got to remember, we've only seen a third of the field. There's going to be another 66 or so people that are looking to make it into the A-main. So we have not even seen half of the field of this race yet. So who knows what we're going to find out in the next 2 days.
It's going to be very interesting moving forward. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in here on TMG, whether it be on YouTube or Twitch. We very much appreciate your support. Huge thank you to Chris Roberts for choosing TMG to broadcast the DOB Nationals with. I know we didn't exactly get off to the best start. I promise by tomorrow we'll have it figured out. Speaking of tomorrow, going into the race tomorrow, I will have a graphic up on screen to update everyone at home on the point situation. So we'll see who is close to the cut line, who is out, and who is in, going into the second night of preliminaries. I enjoyed this race so much, I think we should do it again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Luke, you in?
I'm good. I am game.
So am I. Alright, thank you everybody for tuning in, but until next time, this is Jonathan Oates and Luke Breitchoff signing out. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We will see you all tomorrow night.